Okay, good morning, everyone. We welcome you again for another webinar series brought to you by Felta Multimedia Incorporated, together with Power INC and Semified Learning Center. So today, we will continue our series. No, nasa series 4 na po tayo, and that is the role of robotics in the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Later, we're going to introduce to you our new resource speaker from Felta Techbook. Okay, so magandang umaga po sa ating mga kaguruan mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, maging doon po sa ating mga kaguruan na kaibigan na nasa ibang bansa na patuloy na sumusubaybay po sa ating mga libreng training para po sa ating mga kaguruan in preparation for our new normal in education. So malapit na po ang ating pasukan, no, sa DepEd, malapit na, at lahat po ay nagiging busy na sa paggawa ng kanilang mga module at saka po yung mga preparation nila, mga blended learning na ibibigay po nila o i-share po nila sa ating mga mag-aaral. But before we start with our program, let us have a prayer muna from our friend, no, from our pastor from Jesus the Bread of Light. Let's welcome Pastor Sunny Medina. Magandang umaga, Pastor Sunny. Pastor Sunny, good morning po. Nagka-problem ata sila sa internet. So while waiting for Pastor Sunny, habang naghihintay po tayo kay Pastor Sunny, bigay po natin ang ating mga nakaraang...
Good morning. A powerful morning, Chairman Wax.
Yes, good morning.
How are you, everyone?
Kala ko wala ka na eh. Okay, so before we start with our program, nandito po si Pastor Sunny upang magbahagi sa atin ng mensahe mula sa Panginoon, no, sa Diyos, about po sa robotics.
Thank you very much.
Ating ano natin ngayon, pag-uusapan. Pastor Sunny, go ahead. Nakawala. Okay, let's have Ma'am Jen. Ma'am Jen, magandang umaga sa iyo. Ma'am Jen, yung microphone mo.
Sorry.
Ayan. Problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so ayan. Ayun na ulit.
Oh, I'm sorry, wala.
It's okay. Okay, but
No problem. Okay.
Sige, Pastor.
Oh yes, thank you very much once again. I'm your friend, Pastor Fernando Medina. Today, we have another topic, the role of robotics in the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Wow, and I believe this is very interesting topic again. So last time, the topic we have discussed is about also related to this topic, no? And series 4 na po ito. At last time, I have shared to you about the role of God in our lives. And today, I want to share with you the role of man, 12.0. In the Bible, it says that the role of man is, number one, and we will read that in Matthew chapter 22, verse 37, that we have to love the Lord our God with all our heart, with all our might, and with all our strength. And secondly, we have to love our neighbor as ourself. And third, in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1, we have to remember thy Creator in the days of our youth. Yes, friends, the role of man is to know God. Miles Monroe said, the theologian, best theologian in Christian history, he, and I quote like this: "The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without a purpose." So that's also one thing we have to discover, and that's our role as a man. We have to discover what is our purpose while we are living here on earth. So three things: find God, find people to love, and find your purpose. That's the role of man. Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, O Lord, for this day that you have given to us, O God. And I pray, O Lord, that this webinar will be more effective and reach more people, O Lord, to inform them, and not just to inform them, O Lord, but to transform their lives, O Lord. Use, O God, the facilitator, Lord, Ma'am Coney, and yes, O Lord, the chairman of Power, O Lord, Sir Wax, and with the help of Ma'am Jenelu, continue, Lord, to bless them and give them, Lord, more knowledge and wisdom that comes from you. May this day be blessed, O Lord, as they proceed. Thank you, Father God, to you all the glory and honor and praise. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you very much. This is your friend, Fernando, Pastor Fernando Medina. God bless you all. Have a
Okay.
powerful day, everyone.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Sunny, for that wonderful prayer para po sa ating pagsisimula ng ating
You're
webinar.
welcome, Sir Wax.
Okay. So, Ma'am Jen, so what do we have
Yes,
for today, Ma'am Jen?
for today is the last series ng ating smart cities, no? So, from harnessing energy to ano ba sumunod natin? Agriculture, yung hybrid agriculture na natin. And then the automation. We are going to have more automation na more specialized, no? Sa yung next series natin for August. And very exciting kasi super duper mega over. Dami nating mga guests. Okay, and we're
Yes.
also going to help Felta launch their book, yung kanilang mga modules for the, what you call it, PRA, no? Ang maganda doon, yung PRA is a community. So, kung gusto nilang maging part ng Philippine Robotics, magkaroon ng Philippine Robotics Academy sa kanilang mga areas, that's the time to ask questions and then see what the program looks like and see if it's going to work in their area. Kasi ang dami-daming requirements ng mga pag-i-steam. And I know it's hard for today, like last night, well, last night, hindi nga, night morning hanggang alauna, I just finished machine learning with RoboFest din, no? So, since I am the director in the Philippines, I have the privilege to join that workshop. Hindi kita masama pare kasi exclusive pa yun eh. But I'm trying to get them to share to us also because the program last night was with machine learning using EV3 din. So baka next time i-ano natin dito. But for ang aabangan nila for the next ones to come is yung mga other products na available na pwede, na may product pwedeng wala. And then, it's not about the sales, it's about getting informed on what's available. And then we pick and choose which one works for our community. And hopefully, if you, kasi ang hirap maghanap ng sponsor, Sir Wax, kapag hindi mo alam kung anong hihingin mo sa sponsor, di ba? So, what we are
Kabayan.
trying, what we are trying to do is, we are encouraging coaches to know what's going on and know what's available and know what we need. So when we write a STEAM class or a STEAM group proposal, we know what to ask for. So we encourage you to you can review our previous series and then pick and choose which one works for your community and then create a comprehensive proposal to your administrator. So alam niyo kung ano yung gagana sa inyong mga areas, no? And then which one would match your clients. So for today, before I go to the info on IR and the role of robotics, we will have Ma'am Connie Peralta. And she is the robotics, ano tawag dito, robotics expert na. Even robotics by practice, ano, pero kami mga hindi robotics by profession or engineering by profession, pero sa tagal na. Connie and I we have been friends since 2008. Antik na ako talaga, Sir Wax. Malapit na yata ako mag-retire. But then, let's hear from Connie. She is going to present to us Dobot, which is one of the robotics arms available. And she will discuss how it is used in the classroom or how is it. Hindi lang ito pang classroom kasi. So if we have teachers who can share to their friends also, pwede nilang i-refer yon. And then let's hear from Connie. Nasaan na ba si Ma'am Connie?
Hello, good morning, Ma'am Connie. Welcome. Delta Power.
Ayan. Ma'am Cons, live ka na. It's your
Hi,
time to shine.
Morning.
good morning,
Okay, so
everyone.
Ma'am Connie, Ma'am Connie Peralta is the program head of TechBook, no? Delta TechBook. So we are thankful we have here, no? Nandito po si Ma'am Connie to share her expertise para po sa ating mga kaibigang guro na magagamit po nila sa kanila pong mga classroom. Okay? So Ma'am Connie, take your floor.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone, to all our participants, teachers, to Ma'am Jenny, Sir Wax, kay Pastor Sonny, and Ma'am Mylene for this timely presentation. Welcome to our webinar series on smart cities, the role of robotics in the Industrial Revolution 4.0.
Cons, na-share mo na yung PowerPoint mo.
Yes,
Mapashare po ng PowerPoint.
Oo,
Share
wala
po.
kang kita, Ma'am Cons, kundi ang iyong kagandahan. Ayan, okay.
again, I'm the robotics program head of Felta Multimedia. And who we are. We are a 54-year-old company providing different kinds of educational materials that help students to enable them to construct, learn, and grow in a fruitful and rewarding learning environment, especially in robotics education here in the Philippines. So as you can see in the photo, we have different materials. As you all know, Felto was established in 1966. We started in Betamax, VCD, VHS. Then we also offer online programs and technology devices. So, in relation to robotics program, we yearly organize the Philippine Robotics Olympiad and the first Lego League Philippines. So you can see our logos there. We already concluded international robotics competition in 2010. We hosted like 22 countries all over the world for the World Robot Olympiad 2010, Manila, Philippines. And we also held the Philippine Island Invitational 2016. This is the FLL, and the World Robot Friendship Invitational 2018 in Lapu-Lapu, Cebu. We also have the Philippine Robotics Academy, as you mentioned, Ma'am Jen. This is a robotics school in your own school campus. So we offer this to private schools with books and curriculum. Also, Felta partnered with big companies. We are the sole distributor of Lego Education here in the Philippines. We also partnered with Microsoft, Intel, Ace Learning. This is the Singapore Math Online program for primary and secondary students. We also offer EuroTalk for the English proficiency. And for the senior high school, we also offer Adobe Education. We are also a certified reseller of this. And This morning, we will share with you our latest product from Dobot, our additional partner, the Dobot Magician. So, what is Dobot Magician? So, Felta Robot Arm Educational Kit. This is a lightweight, intelligent training robotic arm. It's an all-in-one STEAM education platform, ideally for senior high school, vocational school, and university. So, the robot arm has the basic and educational kit version. Okay. So, the Felta Robot Arm Educational Kit. This is a 4-axis robotic arm, 0.2 millimeter positioning repeatability. The high quality aluminum frame provides stability, and the micro stepping step motors provide smooth motion, precision, positioning. So let me give you a background of what is Dobot Magician.
A wise man once said, "A room without books is like a body without a soul." Books, to many people, are doors to the treasure of knowledge of the world. But at the dawn of the 21st century's digital era, is that still true? This robotic arm says no. It's Dobot Magician, a robotic arm designed to be used on the desktop. It is precise, multifunctional, and extendable, with a smaller body than its counterparts, which makes it the best tool for you to learn about robotics. It can perform tasks including 3D printing, laser engraving, write and draw, and grabbing objects. The standardized end tools can be switched by just a twist. It doesn't matter if you're doing fine work or moving big objects. They can create wonderful things and bring excellent convenience only limited by your imagination. From homes to laboratories and even competitions, Dobot Magician can always find its purpose. To realize all that, you will need its exclusive application, Dobot Studio. It's by far the most multifunctional GUI controlling system for desktop robotic arms. You can connect with USB, Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth and control Dobot Magician with mouse, button, joystick, or even gesture. You only need to teach it once, and it will imitate your movements precisely. Yes, it is that simple to use a robotic arm. Not only that, Dobot Magician can be a programmer's friend. With a graphical programming interface, Dobot Blockly, you can create your program by simply assembling command blocks, making it to perform complex tasks just like regular code. You can also use the regular programming environment to control Dobot Magician in your most familiar way. To learn programming or to actually program, you can enjoy both with Dobot Magician. Like DIY? Welcome to our world. Dobot Magician has 13 extension ports, including digital and analog input-output, power source, communication, and even motor ports. With Dobot's protocol and API, you can create your own end tools with sensors and switches. Wants to build a walking robotic arm? No problem. At the dawn of Industry 4.0, the future of automation is approaching, a future which needs you, a robot lover, to forge. The Dobot Magician is ready. What about you? Come aboard and join us.
Yeah, and that is the Dobot Magician. So the features, the items included in the Dobot Magician educational kit, we have the robot arm, the vacuum pump kit, the gripper, writing and drawing kit, the 3D printing kit, the Bluetooth module, laser engraving kit, Wi-Fi module, joystick control kit. As you notice, the first 5 items is part of the basic kit. And the educational kit, it has 9 items. Later, we will show you the actual run of the suction kit, the gripper, and the writing and drawing kit. So the features of the Dobot Magician, as I have mentioned, this is a high positioning repeatability up to 0.2 millimeter competitive with industrial robots. And this is also a user-friendly software interface makes the Dobot quick to deploy in any application. And it can also write, draw, move, and grab things by following your orders, laser cut, solder the PCB board, and work with 3D printing pen. And also, stepper motor equipped with high accuracy gear reducer allows the Dobot to do real work. And as you can see, this is a high-strength aluminum alloy surface and processed by anodic oxidation treatment. And this is also easy to use. It supports 7 controlling methods like the PC, the mobile app, the voice, the lip motion, the gesture, vision, and mind control, EEG. And easy control methods for beginners and also serial port SDK and motion control interface for advanced makers. So this is industrial ready using CNC and processing as primary language. So before I show you this is the gripper, let me show you the video of how to use Dobot Magician gripper.
Hi, this is Jeffrey from Jeffrey App Tech, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be showing you how to use the gripper. Something like this. Now, first of all, you're going to have to get out your suction cup from the previous video, and you'll have to take off the suction module. In my case, I will be taking off my suction module, and you'll pretty much be taking off this part, and then putting on the gripper. And what you should end up with, here I'm getting it out, you should get something like this. And in order to do it, here we go. First of all, you want to look at here. There's a screw right there, and there's a screw right there. There should be a box that looks something like this. And you want to take out the screwdriver, one of them, and take out that screw. And once you've taken out that screw, that just easily slips off. You can put this on, and it automatically works. And now, let's put it on. And as usual, we'll attach the air tube. And it goes right about there on the giant piston. There we go. That's in, and we'll get started with the coding part. I'll see you then. We are inside Dobot Studio. First, we want to power on our Dobot Magician and connect. And once it connects, want to press home. You want to let go home. There we are. Now it has gone home. I'm going to move it here. And here, let's go and change the tool to gripper. Now let's try opening it. There we go. That gripper opens. And let's try closing it. And disable just closes it all. That's working. That's good. Now let's go to teaching and playback. We want to delete everything. Now let's move something. Let's say we want to move it there. We want to open, and let's say for 2 seconds. Then you want to move it here. And you want to close it. Then you want to move it up, and you want to disable it. Now let's press start, except for we have to have a little bit of pause time for each of these. that way, and let's press start. There we are, and that seems like it's working very well. And that's pretty much what the gripper does. It's pretty much almost the same as the suction, but you can do many different things in many different angles. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Yeah, so that is the Dobot Magician gripper. I would like to show you the actual run of the gripper, how to use gripper. We prepared for you something like a production line. So this is the robot arm. Let me share you the screen. So this is the robot arm, and we prepared a Lego EV3 intelligent brake doing this production line. So we also have the ultrasonic sensor, the touch sensor, and another one on the other side. So we have two production line with ultrasonic sensor. So let me show you the actual run of the gripper. So as you can see, it will be loaded in the truck. So I put again another, so I can put it, so let me repeat again. So this is, we program it in loop. So again, she will, the arm will grab again the item and put in the production line. So the ultrasonic will sense it, then will stop. The arm will get it and put it on the other station. Then put it in the truck. So again, I prepared like 4 of this. So I can put it here. Okay. Hindi nag-video. Okay na. That's it. So that is the gripper of the Dobot Magician. So it has a 4-axis, and the payload is 500 grams, and the maximum reach is around 320 millimeter, and with a position repeatability control of 0.2 millimeter. So, saan? Son. So again, it has 4 axes and a payload of 500 grams, and it has a maximum reach of 320 millimeter with a 0.2 millimeter position repeatability control. And this can be communicated through USB, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the maximum consumption of this is 60 watt with a working temperature of negative 10 degrees up to 60 degrees Celsius. So yeah, there is a joint base 1, 2, 3, 4 for the base, rear arm, forearm, and the rotation servo. The the Dobot Magician has a net weight of 3.4 kilograms, and the base dimension for footprint is like around 158 millimeter by 158 millimeter. It's like 6 inches. And this can be mounted sa desktop lang. So very easy to use for our senior high school and also for the TechVoc students. So we also have the 3D printer kit included in this kit. So the maximum print size is also 150 millimeter by 150 millimeter, and we use PLA printing material. Then we also provide suction cup diameter of 20 millimeter and a pen diameter of 10 millimeter, and it has a force of 8 Newton. So while we are preparing for with the actual run of the suction, we prepared a suction demonstration for you guys. Let me share with you first the Dobot Magician using the suction. How to use suction.
Hi, this is Jeffrey from Jeffrey App Tech, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use a suction cup. Now, it's this box right here, along with this box right here. Now, you might be wondering, what is this box for? I mean, this clearly has a sucker on it and the gripper, but this box is for controlling the amount of air and controlling which way it goes. Let's open up the boxes. So this is what you should get for something like this, and you want to take out the sucker like this and leave the gripper in there. And I'll show you how to install that tool in the next video. I'll put that right there and take out this box. You should get something like this. You want to unwrap it, and you want to look at these wires like this. First, we're going to get started with the suction. Go ahead and put it on the arm like that, and you want to plug it into port 1 because the wire says so.
Slide 20 now.
Like that. Then you want to flip it back. And you want to plug it like this. I'll show you. Move down a little bit. You see, there's that interface right there. Now, you want to plug it in like this. One goes into GP1, which is right about there. One goes into SW1, which is right about there. Now, that's it for the wiring. Now we have to wire up the tube, which isn't really a wiring anymore. It's a tube. We'll keep that in the back. And this is a tube right here. Might be wondering where it goes. Well, it goes on the tool right here. You have to just slip it on. Might be kind of hard, but you just put it over and it just stays there. Like that. In the next part, we'll be setting up in Dobot Studio. I'll see you then. We are in Dobot Studio. First, you want to power on your Dobot. Wait for it to turn. Once that light beeps, and because I was coming from the previous video, I'm going to install the Dobot Studio firmware. Let it update. The firmware is done burning. Let's click on quit. And you want to go and connect. Now it should connect with no problem at all. Here, I'm going to press home just to make sure it's working. And it's going to go home. And let's wait for it to load. Now that's done going home. Let's go to and select the tool to suction cup. And you want to try it. Works perfectly. Now let's go to teaching and playback. Here we are, and we want to move. For example, I'm going to delete these two. Now you want to go and move it to a spot. So let's say we're trying to pick up a block that's right here. It's going to create a point, and then you want to move it to another point. Let's say like right there. And it's going to move from those places, and you can choose different ways of moving them. First of all, you have to select suction cup on or off. In this case, it will be on, and then when it gets to the point, it's going to be off. And let's have a pause time of 1 second there, and a pause time of 1 second as well. And you can select the motion style, but let's just try it out. Press play. It didn't move to that other point. Let's see why. Now, let's try that again. We want to delete that point and move it to this point. Let's see that show up, and let's try again. There we go. That works perfectly. Now, that's pretty much the basic usage. You can, of course, program it to do a lot more things, but this is the basic thing. Anyway, in the next video, we'll be learning how to use the gripper, which is pretty much the exact same. And you can also find it in this box right here. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
So we prepared an actual demonstration of Dobot Magician using suction. Okay, my friend here, Jay, will show you the suction. So we will transfer an item from one point to another point using the suction. So this is the suction procedure from one point to another. So again, this is a wood So, kaya naman niya mag-suck. Ano pa? So, that's it. So, we shared with you 2 samples of using suction to transfer items. So for Dobot Magician robot arm, teaching practices ideas for artificial intelligence technology, I have prepared some uses of this magician, the Dobot Magician. So for smart warehousing system, as you can see in my screen, so it's like a payload also. So the pain points here is we usually handle it manually with high human error rate and of course the labor cost for workforce and workplace injuries. Having a smart warehousing system, so there's a solution, adopt vision system to identify and recognize packages via QR code and text and program the robot to sort packages. So as you can see in the video, so relevant subject areas includes robotics, multi-machine collaboration, Internet of Things, machine vision, and of course the smart warehousing. Another one, you can also use this robot arm for fruit picking. So again, for pain points, we pick manually and fruits easily got bruises. So low efficiency and of course rising labor cost. So the solution here is adopt again a vision system to detect ripeness of the fruit and the flexible gripper installed on the robot's end effector picks the ripe fruit without bruising them. So this is very good for our senior high school, technical vocational students, and of course the university. So this is automatic guided vehicle for fruit picking robot. We also have a robot run and man supermarket grocery stores. So the solution here, we use mobile app to pre-order and camera to track inventory real time and program the robot to pick up order. So meron ng mga gumagawa nito using the Dobot Magician. This is the sugar painting robot. So we also have sugar painting robot. This is for new retail. So the solution here is program the robot to make exquisite sugar paintings in different shapes and sizes. So this is being done by the robot. So this is to promote traditional Chinese craftsmanship to younger generations. And lastly, we have seed sorting robot. So the problem here is repetitive and mundane working process, heat and maze sorting accuracy. So again, the solution here is adopt vision system to recognize seeds with different shapes. Program the robot to separate inferior seeds such as the ones with wormholes from normal ones. And for the relevant subject area, This is for the machine vision, machine learning, robotics, smart farming, agriculture. So we also have the AI-assisted garbage managing robot. So the pain points here are low efficiency and accuracy of manual sorting, a large variety of garbage and waste, and the sewage generation due to long storage. So the solution here is to adopt vision system to identify different types of garbage and program the robot to place garbage to the matching bin. So ito, ginagawa na natin to sa using the EV3, we had this. So detects the biodegradable and the non-biodegradable waste. So now using the Dobot Magician. So that is my presentation for the Dobot Magician of Felta. If you have question, we can answer you at the chat box or send you email for more information.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Connie, for demonstrating us the robot arm, no? The robot arm. Ang ganda ng robot arm, no? Lalo na yung nakita ko yung nagdo-drawing, saka yung namumulot.
May drawing yan. So, super
True.
cute.
I'm just preparing it. We'll show you in a while.
Okay.
To set it up. So,
Okay, so
meron akong na-prepare na drawing here, but I would like to share you the actual writing and drawing. So, ito yung na-prepare ko.
Hoy, ba't ang ganda ng drawing?
Jay, are you ready for the writing and drawing?
Hindi, okay lang. Andito
Galing.
si Madam. Good morning, my dear.
okay, welcome. Good morning, Madam Maylene Abiba.
Good morning.
Mga
Oo, ang daming nangyayari ngayon eh.
Oo nga, ako din. Kuya Arts.
May virtual
Ma'am,
robotics.
pati ka muna, Ma'am Maylene.
Ano yan?
Pati ka muna sa ating mga,
Yes.
pumati ka muna po sa ating mga teachers.
All right. Good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again in our Smart City Series 4, the robotics for Industrial Revolution 4.0. And Connie, our robotics head team leader, just demonstrated the gripper, the suction of the pneumatic suction for the robot arm. And later on, we will set up for the drawing and for the writing. And just to make mention that Connie was already explaining the importance of the robot arm and artificial intelligence, that it's already being used in manufacturing, artificial intelligence for the sorting of the smart warehousing, and then also for picking of fruits in industrial countries, and also even in banking. So now that we have our COVID pandemic, the robot arm we have shown to you is going to be more relevant and more, I would say, more important now, because no human contact will be done in the near future. All right, so thank you so much, and hope that you're learning a lot about the robot arm. It's nice to be with you again.
Yes.
Kasama si Sir Wax, si Ma'am Jen, saka si Miss Connie.
Pag-iipunan ko yung Dobot na yan. Dobot.
Yung robot arm na yan. Magkano kaya yan?
Ano, Ma'am Cons? Ready na yung drawing?
Try first the writing and drawing here.
Okay.
Yan, mag-drawing na. Okay, let's focus. Wow.
So yung drawing, ang component ng drawing is walang human error. So perfect yung kanyang circle, and then even artworks that are very difficult to write, to draw by the human hand, kayang-kaya. So yan, nagdo-drawing na siya.
Okay. Ma'am Cons, akala ko yung anime yung idodrawing mo, smiley pala.
Simple lang.
Merong anime, kaya lang, it takes time. Ito yung
yeah.
show you right now. The smile.
Pinoprogram pa?
Oo.
Yeah.
Program. Kaya may kasamang computer programming yan.
Tsaka ma'am, tama yung sinabi mo that there's greater chance na ma-perfect I just want to inform the viewers and the teachers din, no? Kahit perfect yung machine, pero hindi perfect ang pagkalagay mo ng paper, hindi rin siya magiging perfect. Alright? Yeah, sometimes we see that's the role of people now in IR 4.0. The machine will do the work, but yung fine tuning and yung logistics behind the setup, human yun, human error pa rin yun. So it's not true that we will be totally abolished in the industry because robots need human to manipulate. Yan.
Sabi ng Gemma Esteves, sana lang may fund ng government na magbigay ng ganyang robot sa mga public schools.
Oo, tama.
Alam niyo, nakita ko dun sa pinaka-factory ng Lego Education, nakita rin ni Connie yan, nagpunta kami sa factory, walang tao. Yung, imagine mo, isang box ng EV3, diba? Ilang components yan, almost 1,000. Can you imagine kung tao yung kumukuha one by one dun sa bin? So, it's smart warehousing. It's all color-coded, barcode, and then yung robot ang kumukuha ng parts to put inside the box. So that's the robot arm. At,
I think we showed that then, no, ma'am? We showed that in our second series yata ng yung LDD series. Ayan, may comment si Ma'am Clarissa, hoping that we will be having the Dobot machine in the public schools. Any news, Mamay, sa DepEd? Are they interested in having it in the classroom?
Okay, yung robot arm is really part of the makerspace. The makerspace is for you to create, for example, meron siyang 3D printer. Tapos this is part of the robot arm, artificial intelligence is going to be part of the makerspace so that you can also use it and program it. So, yung pwede siyang picker, pwede siyang sa suction, tapos pwede rin siyang drawing. So part po siya, hopefully po, sa ang tawag natin emerging technologies.
Yes.
So maybe kailangan natin ma-introduce na sa DepEd, no? Para maging high-tech po talaga ang DepEd.
Correct.
Ito dyan sa Digital Rice Program. No?
And it should be part of the tech book, yung TLE ng senior high, no? Kasi I believe gusto ko talagang itry yan kasi I saw it's making pancakes. Sabi ko, that would be awesome for those who are under the HRM strand, no?
Yes.
Nakalimutan ko kung BA yata yun. Nakalimutan ko yung exact. Oo, pero talagang
robot arm na nagluluto. Meron po, nakita ko na rin po sa Denmark. Doon sa Lego house, ang chef po nila robot arm.
Meron ako niyan mamaya.
Ingredients, tapos siya na nagluluto. Tapos kung anong gusto mong luto. Yan. So, this is really the future po.
The future. The future of DepEd, robotics arm.
Artificial intelligence.
AI. Later, I will present the information on that.
Meron ba tayong mga drawings pa ko na mapakita na mas intricate?
Mas complex.
May papakita pa si Jay na mas
the smart cities.
Focus ko
Okay, focus konti. Yan, baba pa konti, Ma'am Pons.
So magdo-drawing ngayon yung robot
backward konti.
Ayan, nagsusulat siya.
This is the smart
cities. Sinulat.
Okay. Oo nga naman, why not use text pala? Pwede rin palang text, no?
Oo,
pwede. Ito palang writer yan, no?
Oo. May pwede yung lagyan ng brush sa dulo or
pen lang siya.
Pen lang. Sana mas maganda. Paint my wall.
Pwede siyang attach.
Pen or laser. Kaya lang hindi, it's a different attachment.
Oo, yung end effector niya, no?
Yes. Pwede pag pwede na siyang gumawa ng mga Michelangelo na paintings.
Oo. Gusto ko yan. Pwede ba yan? 10 years to pay?
Kasi pala yung pinakita naming feature ng Dobot Magician.
Yeah. Hopefully, I will.
The section and writing and drawing. But I have this one.
Pwede siya mag-engrave.
Laser engraving.
Yan, Sir Wax, yung logo ng power.
Na-introduce na ba natin yan? Nung nakaraan, di ba? engraving.
Iba yon iba yung ginamit natin. Oo, ibang machine. Ibang equipment. Ito yung robot arm, pwede rin siyang mag-engrave, mag-laser printing. So marami
Okay.
marami siyang pwedeng gawin. Yes.
Yeah. So sa mga paaralan, no, sa mga eskwelahan po na nanonood ngayong umaga, no, we encourage you to have this kind of technology, yung ating robot arm. Pwede po ninyo magamitin yung mga school. Okay, so mga principal dyan sa private. At saka sa public, siyempre sa DepEd, below DepEd.
What we're showing you lang, parang hindi naman tayo mukhang selling naman. But it is really for us to introduce the new emerging technology na pwedeng magamit. Po sa Japan, ang kanilang teller po ay robot arm na. So walang humahawak ng pera. Yung tao hindi na humahawak ng pera sa papel. Yung robot na po yung humahawak. Siya ho nagta-transfer na ng mga funds. Kung may withdraw, saka may nagde-deposit.
Less manpower.
Oo.
Manpower.
All right. Anything else, Connie?
If you have questions, concerns, you can send email to multimedia@gmail.com.
Ulitin natin.
Comment.
multimedia@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yan, Sir Wax. Alagay mo sa comment.
I-post natin. I-email nila. Mapalagay sa private chat para ma-post natin. Okay, so as we continue our webinar, this is the last part of our smart cities. Sa ating part 4, we are talking about the role of robotics in Industrial Revolution 4.0. No, at yan po yung ating technology ngayon na i-embrace for the new normal, no, kasama din po sa new normal of education. Okay, Ma'am Jenny Lou will continue the discussion.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you,
Part 2 na. Thanks, Mama.
All right, thank you, Miss Jen.
Alrighty. Yan, pare. I will share my screen na. Wait lang. Naglalag. Okay, do you see my screen? Pasapin mo muna ako, Chong.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Alright. Ay, wait lang. Hold up. Ulit. Kasi hindi ko pala na-click yung share audio. Okay. Sorry naman. Ayan. Okay-dokie na.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning ulit sa ating mga friends. This is our weekly grind and this is the last series ng ating Smart Cities. For next month, we will be featuring more items and that you can use in your classroom and how and where to get them and do you need to get them or not. So again, we are not selling and we are not promoting the products that are featured in some of the other videos that we're sharing. This is for your information and this is to guide you on how to pick the right STEM solution for your classroom and what are the options that you can choose from. Okay. For today, ang preliminaries natin kanina, ang agenda natin, and then Ma'am Connie just finished her Dobot presentation, and the third is the role of robotics in the Industrial Revolution. And then yung Q&A natin, medyo na-insert na natin kanina, no? Okay, these slides you're going to see came from YouTube, and I found this very nice presentation from Tunisia in 2016, but then I added some more of it. Okay, so we are in IR 4.0, so fourth industrial revolution. So this part of the industrial revolution is extremely committed to automation and connectivity, AI, and robotics. So in our topic, what is the role of robots in IR 4.0, ito yung sagot. So we have an AI impact everywhere. So there's economic, cultural, social, and job impact and artificial intelligence everywhere. So dun talaga tayo papunta. The video you showed we showed you earlier on Dobot is one of the examples. There are more. Okay. So where did it come from? If you are going to look at the screen, there was a series of events that took place. So ano yung una? The first is yung first revolution. We have the water and steam power. This is purely mechanical. If you remember on our third series, we did the simple machines. So yung ating simple machines ay nandun pa sa first revolution where there's water and steam power. But then it's coming back as we harvest the renewable energy sources. And then the second leg is the mass production assembly line. So before it was manually and then done and then carried over to a next station. Dito naman sa second revolution is mas mabilis na. There's more products, more outputs. And then the third part is introducing electronics and automation. So there were sensors na. Hindi lang siya purely mechanical connectivity. On the third revolution, we have the electronics automation. The fourth is where we are now, but we are, parang yung fourth industrial revolution is being speed up and going to the fifth. Because maybe it's because of the effect of the pandemic, and we have to be less social than we were before. In the fourth is the physical systems, but there's more AI and automation. But going to the fifth, there is more personalizable na transactions going on. So what does it look like? So ito yung itsura ng ating yung history. Let me see.
The fourth industrial revolution has begun, and you have the chance to be part of it. This isn't going to be like before. It's not about the steam that powered our factories in the first revolution, or the mass production model that dominated the second, or even the emergence of computer-driven systems from the third revolution that we're living in today. Industry 4.0 is about connectivity. It's an opportunity to radically change the way industry responds to the needs of society. As previous industrial revolutions were led by innovations in manufacturing processes and systems, the advancement of Industry 4.0 will be driven by a smart, interconnected, pervasive environment. The opportunities for disruption are huge, and those left behind will feel it acutely. There is still space for leaders of this new revolution to emerge, but the race has already started. Understanding what current leaders are doing will help you join them. KPMG formally examined what those trailblazers were doing in their factories and their offices, and it revealed some thought-provoking findings. Our research highlighted a number of areas that current Industry 4.0 leaders are focusing on. Leaders are planning ahead with clear strategic vision, driven by performance and tying investment to proven opportunities for growth, progress, and innovation. They are focused on discovering how smart products and processes can be developed. Integration is key. The major players are moving away from isolated silo-driven development, which limits scope and value of new projects. Instead, they are moving towards large-scale and proactive integration across their enterprise and among their customers, supply base, and products. To ensure they are aware of every possible opportunity Industry 4.0 technology has to offer. Perhaps most importantly, they are not afraid to think big and act bold. This means nurturing innovation, developing disruptive thought processes aimed at devastating the status quo, and looking for opportunity in every element of their value chain, from which products are designed and how they are produced, to who they are sold to and how they are purchased. Your organization may be radically different in the future, with a range of products, services, and processes you can't currently predict. Do you want to join the leaders of Industry 4.0? Can you afford not to? Then our advice is plan ahead. Fight radical change with integrated radical action. And embrace the fact that it's time for manufacturers to step up and start making smart, bold moves. If you don't, you could be left behind. You have this chance. Let us help you take it.
Okay, ayan. So, I've highlighted some words from that video. It says, well, from based on what Ma'am Connie said earlier, we need to be doing smart moves. We are working towards industry grade materials. So sa schools that you teach, it's not enough to always have the improvise anymore. We have to take the challenge. And those who are doing online teaching are actually experiencing it right now. Ang sabi dito, smart, bold moves. So you have to equip yourself, otherwise you will be left behind. So why is it necessary? Ang sabi nga kanina, do you want to go with the flow or do you want to resist it? We have to be very, very strategic in finding solutions, finding the errors, or finding the incomplete materials, or learning about incomplete materials we have in the classroom. But we have to be proactive in searching for solutions, especially now na mahirap because of the pandemic. So, wait. Okay. So AI has taken a major role. So it's a hyper time compression, new disruptive innovations. Disruptive in the sense na it's too big to handle or I'm too scared to try. There is extreme convergence. If you are going to look at how people order now, you don't have to find the places to buy products from and walk or drive from your home to there. You just have to Google it or like look at FB posts and you'll find reviews even, and it's gonna help you decide. So there is an exponential rate of automation and AI data-driven transactions online. So meron ng universal connectivity. Okay, so when we talk about universal connectivity, hindi lang isang industry ang gumagamit, marami pang iba. So, if we look back at our sustainable goals in our first series, there are 17 UN sustainable goals, ang tawag doon SDGs, that are the focus of every manufacturer or every decision maker. Well, supposed to be every decision maker. So this part of the IR 4.0, we are actually giving a tap on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals. So there's no way that we can escape it. We have to embrace it because it's not about the school alone when we teach. It's about how we are getting the kids and the teachers and the people inside our education community to think like an industry. We have to consider introducing little bit of everything to our students as we present the lessons in the class. So, ito yung mga natatamaan niya. Tracking poverty. So, who needs to be served more? There's diagnosis. We have biomed. Later, I'll show you. We have quality education. Of course, we have to level up. It's not enough to teach the ones we had many years ago. We have to evolve, we have to upgrade and add on, even though it's not in the pacing guide. Sometimes we have to add more. There's microfinancing, that's part of having good jobs and economic growth. There's, of course, sustainable cities in ating buong series, smart cities. And as we do innovation, we have to protect the planet. And by doing that, nagkakaroon ng mga global partnership. Those six rolled together has to adhere to partnership for the goals. You cannot work alone. Everybody in the community has to work together. Okay. What does, so Michigan Manufacturing Center has this video I would like to share. So it's Industry 4.0 and robotics and automation. What is the role of robots in the industry nowadays? Let's see.
Robots are machines designed to carry out specific, repetitious processes with minimal human intervention and a high degree of precision. Machines were invented to save labor and make work more efficient. The drawback of machinery is that it requires human operation, and humans have a high level of fallibility. Studies have shown the average American worker makes over 100 mistakes per year, which, multiplied by the total number of employees in a company, can add up to thousands or even tens of thousands of mistakes per annum. This, in turn, may cost the company millions in revenue. The problem is exacerbated because products manufactured, assembled, packaged, measured, etc. are often costly to replace when damaged. Should the machinery itself be damaged, costs multiply. There is inherent risk in operating any kind of machinery, not merely to the operator, but to the object upon which the machine is used. The unpredictable nature of human beings increases this risk. Sickness, inattention, insufficient or inadequate training, drug or alcohol use, incompetence, and other factors, such as an otherwise skilled worker operating new or unfamiliar equipment, can make the interaction between human and machine inefficient and, in some cases, dangerous. Robots have a wide range of benefits that include increased productivity and throughput, increased efficiency, increased speed, improved safety, and multi-level cost-effectiveness. Robots do not take sick days, and programmable automation means that the operation of a robot can be changed without time and money spent on training the operator in a new set of tasks. Robots also offer better manpower distribution, freeing up workers for application to higher-level tasks which robots cannot perform. What's more, autonomous robots can be used in any situation that requires a repetitious process. Pulleys, conveyor belts, automatic guided vehicles, 3D printers, vision systems, sensors, and packaging systems are but a few examples of autonomous robotics in action. Our technological landscape is changing. Industry 4.0 technologies are an industrial evolution that will help companies prioritize long-term business goals over low-risk short-term returns and succeed in today's smart manufacturing environment. Reach out to the Michigan Manufacturing.
Sir Wax, before I proceed to the next part, do we have any questions from the group?
Wala pa naman. Wala pa. So if you have
Wala pa.
sa mga nanonood po, no, kung may mga tanong po kayo, you just write po sa comment box para po mabasa po natin at mabigyan po namin kayong katugunan with your inquiries. Okay, Ma'am Jen?
Ayan. Okay, good. Thanks. Back na ulit ako. Hindi ko kasi kayo nakikita eh. Okay, so I'll share my screen, full screen, Sir Wax. Okay, so after what you saw, we are going to realize na it's kind of scary as we go along because with these innovations, the human error is always going to be one of the factors why some jobs will get replaced or eliminated. So, some manufacturing, I've been in a stainless steel manufacturing company. We manufacture stainless steel and talagang nakakatakot ang mga injuries na nangyayari doon because of the big devices na nandun and machines and machineries. And it's always good to have a helping hand through these robots like the arm. Okay, let's see what's the next one. Oopsie, sorry. Okay, so we have a change of environment. The first one is we are 3D printing. There's a lot. When I was looking at I do plants. I plant lately, and I was looking at pots, and I've seen that there are people who are actually 3D printing their designed flower or plant pots instead of buying the ones from the pottery. Although the materials are expensive, but still they resort to 3D printing because they want to have their own designs. So there is a major role after learning all of this technology in there's a major impact into the business sector as well. So if everyone will know how to 3D print and they have the printer on hand, then there will be a change in the demand in the market. So there's data equity also. There is the data equity and the cloud is very controversial because in the Philippines, data privacy is not really fully enforced. So these are the components that we need to look at also in IR 4.0, and that's part of technology. So there are different types of robots that we will be seeing in the future, or probably some of those we are already seeing. Let's see what it looks like.
Hello, friends. As we know, robotics is the future of technology, and today we are going to explore its applicable fields. So let's start. Number 1, medical robots. This robot helps manual or automatic positioning of robot at planned position for desired tools for medical work. Number 2, chef robots. This is amazing robot which cooks delicious food for your tummy. Soon you may find it in your nearby restaurants and hotels. Number 3, construction robots. Robots in construction make the life easy for the workers. They make the building structure so much perfect that even skilled worker cannot meet them. Number 4, war robots. This lethal war machines can change the game when used with AI and machine learning. Number 5, agriculture. This robot helps the farmer to plant and water them. They keep the detailed analysis of plant and other information related to farming. Number 6, manufacturing. Robot in manufacturing is most used robots till date. They are creating everything from small parts to full working cars. Number 7, transport robots. Nowadays, drone delivery is very popular and increasing day by day. Drone is a type of flying robot. Soon, humans will travel using drones also.
Ayan. So, yung aking mga birds. Sorry po. Okay, so if you look at the video, it's really no video that I've seen that are not using arms, no? And there are a lot of things to consider. We also have to consider drones, and it's been going on. There are also automated delivery devices that are being used to deliver food, especially now that it's not safe to go into restaurants anymore. Okay, so it's extremely important for IR 4.0 to do automation and connectivity. Everything has to be connected. Okay, there are three merging clusters. So there's the physical world, we have the digital technosphere, so nagkaroon na ng additional spheres, and then the biological or the natural world. So how do these clusters are how are these clusters driven by the AI and the robotics? Okay. There's impacts in the economic, social, and cultural sectors. The market in terms of human needs in the labor sector is also being affected. In the US, based on the research I've seen, it's 58% to 45% na lang ang natitira, and now it can be automated to more to 13% more. There is cybersecurity risk also, and geopolitical and widening by flexibility and mobility. Madaming natatamaan na mga sectors, hindi lamang industries, is also the education is really one. In the physical world, we have autonomous technology. Everybody are familiar with this. There's 3D printing, of course, but 3D printing is not mere printing an object. Now they are considering 3D printing your organs. Okay, imagine if you will have a 3D printed organ. Before they just place metal pieces. My grandma is, I call her a cyborg because she has a stainless steel pelvic bone. But now it's different. It's not just a non-moving object. They can 3D print bio parts and install it in your body and actually make it to work like an actual uh, organ. Okay, we have advanced robotics and there's new materials being introduced. What are those? Electronics, e-skin. Okay, self-repairing, nanotechnology, those kind of things. So para tayong ano na, nako-convert na tayo into actual with robotic parts. Okay, there's also not just the devices they put in the body, there are also biological things going on like changing based on genetic analysis, they are changing the structure na ng ating human cell. Medyo synthetic na. And even animal and human and plants and embryo experimentations are already happening. So, medyo scary na talaga. Pero exciting and scary at the same time. So, a lot of people are also using wearables. May mga wearables, yung mga Fitbit, mga heart monitor and everything. And it's helpful as people are getting more conscious about their health and actually monitoring their health. There's also epigenetics. It's switching genes on and off. So if there's not very desirable gene due to health conditions or something like that, there is a change in the structure now. Okay. So we also have neuroscience. It's insect brain controlling robot. So medyo people who are in the technology industry are studying more about animals and like insects so they can mimic how they behave in the environment. There's also transplanted embiotic neurons. So increasing plasticity in the brains of an adult mouse. So yan yung mga pinag-aaralan ngayon and yung trend na going forward. So last week we did mga cultured meat. Ito naman parang mas mataas pa doon. So passive frame theory consciousness, the basis for AI will be the decider and the free will, and when will there be consciousness in times of control. Ano ba yung mga voluntary dapat and non-voluntary? So, AI is making the robots or the devices think. And it's not just thinking, it's deep, complex thinking. Okay? There's also digital sector. And that's the second part. We have mobile growing plus sensor rising plus IoT and everything under the sun that goes with data analysis, no? So there's big data that's being utilized in this There's also smart sensors. So these are the figures, no? IoT by the year 2025 will be increasing to 11.1 trillion per year for McKinsey. So IoT is also using smart sensors and smart devices. Ano yung mga yon na nadaanan natin? We had Arduino, so that's one. And then we have other devices like for students, the use of Lego devices in teaching about these lessons. There's also sharing, caring economy. So people go from online to offline. It's a commerce in a business model where people are or customers draw potential customers or purchases from online channels to make purchases in physical stores. So hindi na sila pumupunta sa physical stores. Like ako, yung aking mga products ay ano na, hindi na siya masyadong dinadala sa bibili. So they're just looking at online and then making the purchase and we just deliver. Okay. So there's also blockchain, like we discussed last time. We are sharing a ledger for all kinds of transactions from the manufacturing all the way to coming back to full circle to the distributor, and the money are also transported or transferred to your account without even talking to the people you're transacting with. Okay. So are this evolution are now taking its toll on people, especially decision makers. So we have the reality that there's unlimited computational resources and connections. There's computational thinking that we need to introduce even at the youngest of our students. And the future will be dependent on computing. Everything will be recorded. Nothing will be forgotten because transactions are done online. Every time you transact, you click. Sabi nga, think before you click. So these things that are happening must be taken into consideration. What you posted, what you shared will always be there. Nothing will be forgotten. If you ordered online and then you said you didn't order and you used their app, there's no way that you are going to prove that you did not because it's recorded in their end. So we have to be careful. We have to be thinking. The decisions we have to be making are like well thought of dapat. So let's see what Germany's for IR is having. Oops. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Dito sa kabila. Ayan, ilayo. Okay.
Industry 4.0 is ushering in a new era of industrial production, which is finding its way into all industries within the German economy. Business, science, and politics are working together to make Industry 4.0 a reality. It encompasses a complete restructuring of production processes, transforming analog and centralized workflows into digital and decentralized production processes. Comprehensive digitalization will decrease production costs, be resource efficient, and customer-oriented. At the same time, new business models, innovative products, and new services will be created. Machinery and plant engineering, along with the electronics industry, are among the strongest industries in Germany. Internet-driven, self-controlling, and sensor-aided production systems will shape the future of the machines. Based on cyber-physical production systems, orders will be able to steer themselves independently through entire value chains. GE Global Research Europe is developing software and methods for analyzing digital industrial application data. In the future, production will involve machines and objects being equipped with sensors that continuously collect data about status, location, work status, and usage patterns. When combined and analyzed accordingly, these data will lead to much more efficient processes and to optimal and preventative maintenance of machinery and equipment. This helps to identify sources of errors quickly and save even more costs.
The industrial internet, also called Industry 4.0, is a quantum leap in the networking of people, machines, and data that enables us to improve the efficiency of a product throughout its entire life cycle. For our customers, this results in an increase in productivity throughout the lifetime of the product.
In future production processes, man, machine, and product will be communicating with each other, allowing for a self-organized production process. The product itself will become the crucial information carrier. By using Industry 4.0 technologies, they will autonomously decide where and how they are produced. Throughout Germany, companies and research institutes are working together to create the software. Communication between people, machines, logistics, and products must be achieved in real time. This way, all production processes, ranging from supply to delivery, can be optimized and customized.
At one end of the chain, we have the smart factory, improving production quality. At the other, we have the smart product and data-driven services. While we are very well positioned regarding smart products, we have to further develop our know-how in the field of data-driven services. This is where I see great potential for future revenue.
In the Internet of Things, products and devices are automatically identified by intelligent sensors. They are linked to each other via the Internet. In this way, valuable information is obtained and analyzed. However, the security of this information is essential for a successful and efficient Industry 4.0, and a key issue for the research at IBM.
The Internet of Things and Industry 4.0 create global supply chains and are turning our world into an information economy. As a result, global security and data standards are required. Only then can we ensure that the market develops confidence in new products and services, and that companies can pass this confidence on to the consumers. Due to the specialized vocational training and the superb network of universities in Germany, including the research facilities that deal with Industry 4.0 and the Internet of Things, combined with our experience and quality, Germany is in an ideal position to attract the best and brightest in the future.
German research institutes are amongst the world's leading pioneers in taking on the challenges of Industry 4.0. The German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence and the Smart Factory Kaiserslautern have partnered with industry to build the first cross-vendor Industry 4.0 installation. This demonstrates how sophisticated information technologies are integrated into factory automation.
Industry 4.0 is a networking vision. It only works in a network. We need to connect partners within the network, and these partners must speak the same language. This not only applies to human communication, but also to technologies. Our machines have to speak the same language. As a result, we have to create standards, and the standards can only be developed together. This is one of the focal points we are addressing.
The Fraunhofer Institute is internationally renowned for its comprehensive Industry 4.0 research. Intelligent production lines for the automotive industry are being developed at the Fraunhofer IWU. Sensor networks allow for the flexible production of different car body styles on the same production line.
in einer Prozesskette, zum Beispiel im Automobilbau, von einem
In the future, we will have more flexible processes. Think of the automobile sector, for instance. From a supplier of steel that makes car body parts to an OEM right through to the car dealership. We will see cost reductions, shorter time to market times, and great potential for optimization in general.
also ein hohes Optimierungspotenzial heben können. Wenn wir die Daten später quer zu den Branchen,
If we compare the data across different industry sectors, for instance, and connect vehicle and meteorological sensors with the weather forecast or insurance companies, we gain new insights and develop entirely new business models by centrally analyzing and correlating these large amounts of data.
mit völlig neuen Erkenntnissen kommen.
For the government of the Federal Republic of Germany, Industry 4.0 is a key element in securing Germany's status as a manufacturing location.
Germany's key advantages are its highly developed industrial landscape and the industries which exist here and not in other countries. Therefore, Germany has excellent conditions for the development of Industry 4.0. The federal government supports these developments with funding. Examples are the aviation and space industries, smart grids, or the maritime industry. There are many specific programs to promote the development towards Industry 4.0.
Germany Trade and Invest is the investment promotion agency of the Federal Republic of Germany. The people at Germany Trade and Invest are the first point of contact for international companies looking to enter the German market.
We can help companies develop their strategy for entering the market in Germany. We also provide German tax and legal information, as well as information on possible EU funding, federal funding, or funding from the federal states. This extends to assisting companies in finding sites and discussing their requirements with the federal states to see which one will suit the company best.
Investments amounting to 40 billion euros are planned by the year 2020. Within the next 5 years, more than 80% of German companies will fully digitalize their value chain. Experts expect an increase in efficiency of 18% and cost reduction of about 13%. Through innovative new products, new services, and new business models, an additional growth potential of up to 425 billion is expected by the year 2025. Let's shape the future together and be part of the fourth industrial revolution.
Yan. Nasa na ba? Okay, so if you are going to consider, no, in this the Germany's fourth industrial revolution setup is very ideal. So sa dami ng kailangan i-consider, the products going in, I mean, the products are already deciding where are they being manufactured and how are they going to be transported. So the impact of data on the movement in the industry is very, very crucial. I noted some of them from the video. So people, machine, and product real time. So when we look at it, I was imagining, what if kung ano lang in-order ko ngayon, what I ordered now is the only thing that's going to be manufactured after I click on order or like confirm your order if I use an online app or an app on my mobile device. So imagine how much cost it's going to save to those who are manufacturing it. The transfer of data would be super fast due to AI. Before, there would be salespeople handling the data, and then they will report to the management, and then they will decide which ones to manufacture. And from there, that's the only time that they start manufacturing. That was how many? 5, 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It's super, super, super advanced now. So, kailangan talaga when we use these materials in our classroom when we teach, or if you are a business owner, you have to consider relating all the lessons into real world experiences. It's always nice to encourage the students to look at the perspective of the future. There are standards also that we need to consider. I like how this system in this specific country is doing. The government is taking a major initiative on this. There is standardization, which I don't think we're in yet in our country. We have procedures still being reviewed and discussed. Hopefully, we reach to the point where everyone will have a voice, and we will decide how our economy will look like. There is 80% chance in their country that is going to be fully digitalized. I think we are not there yet. That's my opinion, because we need to strengthen the network in the country before we get to that. And of course, we have to equip our schools so the teachers and the students will have more experience, background experience before they go to the actual workforce. Okay. So from that point of view, there will be creation of new types of job. The first one is the data scientist. Dati is statistician ang tawag. Now it's data scientist, but the task is to secure huge data volumes and collect by big data analysis. So the question here now was, how about security? So security, cybersecurity is always a major issue, and is still under process. We also have crowd workers. What are crowd workers? Crowd workers are freelancers. So they serve multiple agencies, but most of them are working via computers and online platforms. So mga freelancers na. There are simple physical work. New high-end jobs will be created. High-end in terms of the supervisors that will be serving in companies now are not just going to be the ones that were being hired before. They have to be skilled, specialized skilled people that will be working in between transaction between human and computer. So, mas mataas na yung qualification demand in the future. But if we generate jobs, there are jobs that were told to be eliminated or reduced, probably. But this varies from country to country. So, let's look at what the research has shown me. We have high routine occupations. What are those? Those are accountants, clerks, desk officer, and fiscal authorities. Bakit? They will not be, most companies in the future will not be hiring them anymore, as they can be processed, and the templates can be filled in by AI, by networks, and by the devices themselves when they are used in the company. So there will be dependency on the software rather than people, as troubleshooting is easier. Okay, there's going to be less physical work or manual labor. In the future, simple work will be carried by machines. So, machines never complain. Sabi nga sa video kanina, they don't need to file for a leave. You can make them rest for a few hours and they will be fine. Some machines don't even need to work to rest for hours, just a little bit of time and they will be good to go again. And there are machines that actually work 24/7. Okay, there will be a dismissal of some employees as a result of digitalization. Okay, so depending nga, sabi ko, it depends on the country. In our country, I don't think it's that gonna be super fast, so our progress is being done one step at a time. But for some countries that are super advanced, if people do not engage into equipping themselves with the skills, then therefore they will be the least priority to be hired. But there will also be in-demand courses. Now, this is the IT era. We have IT management and science. IT and science professions are going to be in need. Like there's a increase in investment in these types of like companies will invest more on their IT professionals than some of the workers because they need the IT people more than ever. Okay, there will be more teaching professions. Bakit? There's more things to learn about. There's more people to serve. There are going to be advanced training, not just for young people, but also for adults. So like me as a teacher, what I knew like 5 years ago might be obsolete yesterday because they don't use it anymore. So teachers like us and other professionals need to upgrade themselves. So therefore, the teaching professions are going to be super in demand in terms of technology. Okay, so there's a challenge also in the IT department, saka AI department. What else? We have humanistic, social sciences, media sciences, and artistic professions. Yung mga artists never got hurt by technology because they all, if you are an artist and you go digital, you still are an artist, hindi mawawala. So, yun pa, meron pa ring creative professionals. So, from movies to graphic design to even as simple as creating banners and posters and tarpaulins for small businesses, they never get lost in the circulation. In-demand jobs will be humanistic, social sciences, and media sciences. So social then, I believe, because people get frustrated and confused in this digital world that we're going in. So we need professionals to handle our emotions, help us handle our emotions as well. Okay. Now, lastly, what are the big questions? Okay, here are the questions. What do you think, Sir Wax? Are you still there?
Yes.
Tingnan natin. Ayan. So, paliliitin ko. Yan yung aking last slide eh. So, these are the questions and if you are online, tingnan natin sa ating
Actually, may
dalawa
question
ba
tayo.
tayo dyan?
Meron tayo dito
Yan.
ano eh, tanong.
Hindi ko makita eh. Teka. Doon ako pupunta sa StreamYard.
There.
Dapat pala. Paano ba natin palalagyan? Okay, wait lang. Ayan. Paano ko ba ipopost? I-copy mo kaya yung questions ko. Wait lang, ha? Kasi,
Lagay mo yan sa private chat.
oo nga. Teka lang. Medyo dami kong, ayan. Si Sir Raymond may question. Mapa-flash mo ba sa ano mo, Chong? Kasi pangit sa akin eh. Kasi kailangan ko makita yung StreamYard. Oh, stop sharing ako.
Yan.
Ayan, nakita ko na. If robots na po ang gagawa ng trabaho ng tao, like for example, yung video kanina, naglulutong robot, di kaya mawalan tayo ng chef? Magandang question. What will happen to our farmers if they will be replaced? Okay. May idea ka ba? Ikaw muna, Sir Wax. May idea ka ba dyan sa tingin mo?
So sa business side kasi, yung robot na magiging manpower sa isang business, ako as owner, advantage ko yon. No, kasi less expenses. Di ba? Hindi na ako magpapasahod ng maraming tao. At syempre, yung concern nga niya is mawawala naman ng trabaho yung mga tao. Di ba?
Oo.
But,
yan. Kaya,
syempre, hindi rin naman tatakbi ang robot without human. No?
correct.
Diba? So, siguro, balance lang siguro. No? Hindi naman siguro lahat magiging robot. No, may tao pa rin na
Oo,
no, may
ito ako rin.
trabaho pa rin. Kaya lang,
Hmm.
bilang business owner, no, kung gusto ko talagang kumita at makabawas ng expenses, I go with the robot.
Mm.
No? Kasi nasa digital na
Mm.
tayo, higher technology na tayo. So yun ang
Mm.
masasabi ko.
Oo, pero yun din, Sir Raymond, is very sa atin sa setting natin kasi yung robot super mahal. So hindi naman totally mare-replace. And then remember, if we buy the device, nasisira yan, especially pag overuse. So therefore, if we lose farmers, we might be generating another type of job, which is yung troubleshooter concentrated on agri, 'di ba? Yung mga technology how do they ano yan, repair the damages. So nawala man yung naggagamas kasi nga ginagamas na nung harvester, 'di ba? Ang lalaki yung video ko nung sa agri natin, Lego pa lang 'yun pero yung concept ng harvesting is ganun. There will always be maliliit na details na never magagawa ng robot 'yun kasi kailangan talaga nun human touch. So I believe like the chef, nandun pa rin yung chef kasi yung chef pa rin naman yung magpo-program. So yung magge-generate nung lulutuin nung steps na pagluluto ng robot, oo, ay yung chef pa rin naman and magmo-monitor. Magmo-monitor pa rin siya. Pero sa totoo lang, personally, mas preferred ko talaga yung handmade, hand-prepared food. Kasi I feel like it's more secure and it's made with love. Yan.
Correct.
Mm.
So don't worry,
Ayan.
Raymond. No, hindi ka mawawala ng trabaho.
Okay, ano pa? Ayan. Sabi ni Ma'am Gemma, we can also use sa learning modalities ngayon yung mga Dobot machine, pati si Ma'am Clarice. Oo, tama. Kailangan na talaga siyang isama. Kaya, yeah, very good, Ma'am Joy. Tama ka dyan. We should be adaptable to change. Learn and relearn. Correct. Ako nga, nag-aaral. Araw-araw na ako nag-aaral. Parang hindi matapos-tapos ang kailangan ko pag-aralan. Hindi maubos-ubos. Ayan.
So
Yan
don't
yung
worry
mga
po.
questions.
So we are introducing robotics po dito. Hindi naman ibig sabihin no,
Kailangan
i-replace
din.
human is mas matalino ang human kasi siya nag-program, siya ang gumawa
Siya
ng robot.
nag-program. Oo. And remember, in machine learning, the robot can only do if you feed it, you train it, you actually train the robot or the device. Well, magkaiba kasi, there's software and there's hardware. So, sa software, ang nagdadala. Kasi the robot can only do what the program is asking it to do. And if we don't train the software as to how we decide or desire the output will be, therefore, hindi rin natin magigets yung desired goal at the end. So, yun yung mga ethical issues that needs to happen in the classroom. So, if you are teaching STEAM, hindi naman kailangan puro device lang, 'di ba, Sir Wax? Kailangan meron ding yung social responsibility, etiquette, and yung may puso ang pagtuturo kasi kahit ang gagaling ng na-develop nating students in terms of ang gagaling mag-program, ang gagaling mag-compete, but the EQ is not there, mahirap. 'Di ba? Hindi pwedeng IQ lang, dapat may EQ. Ayan. Sino pa ang may comment? Ano pa ba tayong comment?
Very helpful pa rin talaga yung mga robot. No?
Very helpful talaga.
Kaya lang, hindi naman sila magiging functional without human intervention. So, kailangan nating mag-aral para maturuan natin yung robot.
Oo. Responsible manufacturing of the robot. Remember din, Sir Wax, na hindi lang puro good ang robot na napoproduce.
Yes.
Meron ding mga bad robots na pinoproduce ng people with bad intentions. And yun yung kailangan nating ma-save doon sa mga maliliit nating students na as early as now, we have to be introducing kabaitan sa pagbuo. Why are you even doing this? So let's encourage that. Ayan, si Ma'am Clarice, ano ang sabi?
Sabi niya, robots and humans pwede po mag-work hand in hand. Sabi nga po, di po mag-work ang robots pag wala po human. Kasi tayo magpo-program po sa kanila. That's true.
Oo. Oo. Parang ano lang yan, change of perspective, change of mindset, yung mga bashers mo, para robot yan. You have to work hand in hand with them because we can never work alone. We have to be adaptable to change. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Joy, do the 5. Ayan, do the 5. We should be adaptable to change. If we resist the change and therefore we will never grow. Okay, ayan. Yan, gusto ko yung sinabi ni Sir Antonio Maipa. Kahit busy yan sa pagbi-business niya. Hi, sir. Shout out, sir.
Good morning, Sir Antonio. Yes. So educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. From Aristotle. That's true.
Yan, gusto ko yan. Oo. Ako nga, di bali ng hindi ka matalino pero maganda ang iyong ugali. Yun yung mga gusto kong i-mentor. Yung minsan kasi mahirap i-mentor yung marunong pa sa'yo. 'Di ba? Nagpapaturo ka pero ayaw mo namang magpaturo. Tapos kapag natuto ka ng konti, meron ka namang ego boost. So gusto ko yan sinabi mo, Sir Antonio Maipa. Tama. We have to educate the mind but we also have to educate the heart. Yan. Yun yung heart ang walang robot.
Yung Netflix na Are You Human, napanood mo ba yun?
Ang pinanood Oo, ang pinanood ko kasi yung I Am Robot. Korean K-drama yun eh. Pero parang parehas lang. I recommend that.
Ang ganda po ng istorya po yun. No, ni-replace po yung human ng isang robot.
Okay. Yan. Yung sa akin naman is, bumili siya ng robot. So, uso ngayon yun eh, yung parang butler robot, pero babae. But then, the robot got damaged. So, yung model pala, yun ang problema. Yung, di ba, nag-mimic, yung tawag doon, nire-replicate yung itsura ko. Halimbawa, gusto ko ma-preserve itsura ni Ma'am Jenny. Di ba, kanina sabi natin, may e-skin. Yung texture ng mga robot na lumalabas ngayon, they want it to look more human. So, yung model, kamukha nung robot. So, nung nasira yung robot, ipinalit. Now, people are confused minsan. Ano ba to? Robot pa ba tong kausap ko or tao na to? So, yung machine learning and AI is very, very tricky. Sometimes you feel like you're talking, even if you use your phone and you're talking to the customer service, akala mo tao pa yung kausap mo, pero ang kausap mo pala is yung device. It got trained, yung machine, to answer your queries. And then you have to feel it. Minsan nagrarant tayo sa robot, hindi naman sasagot yun. So, yan. Yun yung mga specific. Sabi nga.
Windows Cortana at saka Apple Siri. No?
Oo.
Kapag nagtanong ka, they can answer you according dun sa subject na sinasabi mo.
Okay? Minsan medyo scary. Medyo scary yung kanyang sagot, no? Kaya ayoko mag-Google pag may sakit ako eh. Minsan, lagi sinasabi towards magkakasakit ako ng bonggang-bongga. Doktor na talagang kakausapin ko, yung totoong doktor. Okay, may question pa ba? So if not, it's 10:57.
About sa inyong pong salubin with robotics, no? Siyempre, ayaw natin ma-replace tayo ng robots.
Okay. Baka nandiyan si Madam Mylene, baka meron siyang insight. Actually, my presentation finished from the question and answer dun sa mga questions natin. Salamat po sa mga nagpa-participate. Yan, nandiyan na ba ang Madam?
Wala pa. Okay, so remind po natin yung ating mga participants, no? Last time we already send the certificates, no, sa lahat po na nag-participate. Punta lang po kayo sa Power Group para po ma-download po ninyo ang inyong mga certificate of participation. Okay?
Okay.
So,
Tapos,
again, that's ating smart series. No, smart cities series.
opo.
1 to 4. And by August, marami pa po tayong inihandang mga new learnings no ng specialized training po from Pelta. They will be having a
Okay.
launch, no? Maglo-launch po tayo sa August. Anong date ba
August
natin?
1st. Meron tayong break, no? Gawa nung mag-open na sila ng school year. Therefore, kailangan nating bigyan ng time, no? Ang mga tao para makapagturo at magpahinga sa ating webinar. Baka natuto nga sila sa webinar, nawala naman sila ng trabaho dahil hindi nila na-submit, no? Okay, by August 1,
Launching natin.
ano na?
Kailan yung launching natin? August ano ba
Ito
yan?
nga, ito binabasa ko. By August 1, we will have Peter and Isabel, 'di ba? Last time na disconnect sila. So yung mga questions nila na hindi nila na-ask last week, they will have the chance to answer it there. And then we will have robotics as the future in space and Arduino with EV3. Hopefully, Sir Dom ay makasama pa rin natin. Siya yung mag-ano, no? Pero parang may conflict yata sa schedule, so we'll figure out. We'll announce it later. We also have the launch of the ebook that is for Philippine Robotics Academy authors. So, yun yung mga friends ko, sila Sir Gilbs, sila Sir Rox, yan, ang mga alamat, ang tawag ko doon, alamat ng robotics sa Pilipinas. Okay? Now, we will also have conversation panel. So, if they have questions. Parang ganito. So, ito yung last part natin. Yan. Thank you daw, sabi ni Ma'am Joy. Thank you din po, Ma'am Joy, for staying with us. Yung iba late na nag-review na lang sila ng recording kasi naglalaba ang mga tao ngayon, Sabado.
Kanina yung prepared po yung mga question, Ma'am Jen, no? Meron kang hinandang tanong. Yung pinost na natin. About digital quake, 2030. 80% companies and jobs change. Ano sa
So 80% nag-change kasi isa sa Germany yun, ano, fully digitalized na sila. So therefore, yung mga sales agent, mga ganon, napapalitan sila ng ibang platforms. Pero sila pa rin naman yung nag-a-analyze in terms of decision. Syempre ang mga boss naman nagde-decide, they have to go through meetings. Pero yun nga, yung mga routinary, ang tawag doon routinary, yung mga paulit-ulit mo lang ginagawa. Halimbawa, ako, accountant ako dati, kaya nga ako umalis sa accountancy, I got bored eh. Kasi gagawin ko ngayon, gagawin ko na naman bukas. I can finish my 8-hour job in 2 hours. So why would I spend the rest of my life doing that? Yung parang ganun yung idea ko. So I tried to find another avenue so I can share more, and yun nga, dito ako napunta. So, ayan, marami talaga. Ayan, very interesting po talaga ang robotics. We wish to have this in public school. Yes, Ma'am Gemma, kailangan po talaga na siyang introduce. If not perfect, at least we have to start.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Salamat po ng madami, sabi po ni Clarice Alcazar sa information at sa mga webinar na ganito. Lalo na at nag-i-start pa lang kami sa robotics. God bless po. Okay. So, Ma'am Clarice, no, if you want to join with the Philippine Robotics, no, sundan nyo lang po lagi yung ating pong mga pa-webinar para mas maging familiar po kayo sa Philippine Robotics. Okay?
Yeah, malapit sa akin yung si Ma'am Clarice. Actually, nakakatuwa yung mga nag-join sa atin. Hello po. Wash hands daw, sabi ni Ma'am Joy.
Tapinac Senior High School.
Oo. So, I love our group, Sir Wax, no? Kasi, yung mga nag-webinar, nasanay na tayo magkakasama tuwing Sabado, we become friends. So, yun yung gusto namin mangyari sa community. We can talk about anything under the sun, even plants. Puro plants na nga kami ngayon, eh. Pero, still coupled with STEAM and STEM education, plants are under science, so therefore it's under STEM and STEAM. So, let's use our resources and let's connect with people so we can share more to our students. Every student needs more para mas ma-develop sila. Let's expose them to not just the good na dapat makita but also yung consequences ng mga actions nila in the future, and we have to train them young. Sabi nga, if we have not trained the kid from 2 years old to 4 ng behavior, it's most likely na yun na yung magiging behavior nila in the future. Yun yung maganda dun sa psychology. As educators, meron tayong psychology classes, ano? So, yan. Sabi nga ni Sir Antonio kanina, train the brain and train the heart. Yun ang
Yes.
ating concept for today.
Sa ating pong mga manonood, no, ito pong ay tinuturo ng PhilTA at saka ng STEMified. It's not only for STEAM. Actually, no, pwede natin siyang i-integrate with other subject. No,
Yes.
lalo na activities po natin, no, na pwede po nating i-convert, no, with other subjects na itinuturo po natin. Especially yung ating mga activity. No, yung isang co-teacher ko nga natutuwa kasi yung ginagamit mo na tag dito, yung
Digital designer?
Socrative. No, yung Socrative.
Oo. Oo, may epidemya Socrative ngayon eh. Tsaka yung Jamboard.
Sherilyn, hello, good morning.
May mga ano din, yun kasi yung wala. Yung mga ginagamit natin dito, like yung Socrative last week, sometimes it's so hard to teach, especially in the new normal. So I encourage those teachers who are listening, teaching STEAM and STEM, you have to not just train or teach the content and the concept, you have to teach them social responsibility in terms of how to behave in the online classroom. Yun din. Mahirap pa pagturo na hindi mo alam kung may tinuturuan ka pa ba. Meron naman, maingay yung background, nagdi-discuss yung kaklase. So, nagkakaroon din ng mga cyber away. Uso na yung cyber away, hindi na yung, di ba sa classroom, magsasapakan talaga sila. Pero dito, cyber away, which is more mahirap. Kaya, ayan. So, IR 4.0 na talaga. Wala na, hindi na mapipigilan. So, we have to learn and start now.
Start now.
Start now.
So abangan po ang marami pa po naming mga exciting webinar series, no? Na ihahandog po namin sa inyo. So,
okay, tingnan natin. Wala na, baka may sasabihin si ma'am para makapag lunch din tayo na maaga. Kasi maigsi lang yung session natin ngayon. Yung next ang medyo mahaba kasi madami, August. And then we will take a break ng na-move pala, no? Na-move ulit yung school. Parang ang plan natin before is not to have a session on the 22nd because 24th is the start of the classes. No? But then, na-move ulit. Move pa more.
Okay. So ano pa yung pwedeng mangyari, no, kapag naging robot na yung ating environment? What will be the application? What is the social impact? What will the world look like, no? Ano mangyayari? What are the intended and unintended consequences kapag robot na?
Kapag robot na, kahit nga ngayon hindi pa robot, may consequence na. Imagine when we eat, and then we have part of the family who uses the phone. We eat, which is supposed to be the time for us to get to know what's going on between anak and tatay, anak and nanay, nanay, tatay, kwento. Hindi na. While eating, we're using phones. So, it's taking away the social and the EQ, yung nandun. Mas gusto na ngayon ng bata na kausap yung friend niya sa FB kaysa mag-confide sa parents niya on what's going on. And then, sometimes it's too late for them to know kung ano nang nangyari. So, ayun, yun yung hindi maganda. We are so close yet we're so far. Yun ang nangyayari sa robot ngayon kasi wala na, imbes na lalabas ka to buy food, o order ka na lang, di-deliver na Shopee, o kaya i-deliver na lang food. So those things that you tend to stay home and then help them. You don't walk anymore, you don't travel anymore, you don't langhap fresh air anymore. So, ayan. Yun yung mga health impact, social. So, try to be social. Not during COVID. We are not encouraging you. You have to stay at home. Lalo na pag ECQ, baka sabihin, ba't kayo lumabas? Sabi po kasi sa webinar ni Ma'am Jen, pwede lumabas. Bawal lumabas. Okay? Well, watch out po. Kasi hindi pa safe. So, later, mga robot,
Yes.
at kahit na industrialized na tayo talaga sa Pilipinas, which I think is medyo matagal pa naman, pero hopefully, we can at least learn it before we experience it. Kasi it's also hard naman. In some countries, like when I was teaching in the US, I have the devices, but it's hard to teach because not a lot of people knows how to use it. Dito naman sa Pinas, everybody almost know how to use it, pero wala namang device. So, magulo mundo, Sir Wax. So, let's just adapt to the environment and make use of what we have and take care of what we have, and ayan.
Yes. So for your
Share
attendance
blessings.
information, no, pinost ko na po yung link, no. Check lang po kayo doon.
Matagalan si Madam So, baka hindi na bumalik si Ma'am Mai kasi meron pa silang isa pang meeting. So, yan. Hopefully, we see you again. We'll post information ulit for the next weeks to come. Thank you po
Yes.
sa lahat ng nag-participate.
Salamat. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Your certificate will be posted again sa Power Group para po ma-download po ninyo. Okay, so kung wala na po kayong katanungan, we hope to see you again for next Saturday for the launching of the books, no, from Felta Techbook. Okay, para po ma-inform po kayo kung ano po pwede po nating ma-share po natin sa ating mga kaguruan. So muli maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you, Log 24 Gaming. Sino yun?
Ayan, thank you. Very interesting.
Thank you sa mga powers, no, mga powers
Hi,
natin.
Ma'am Ana.
Thank you po sa inyong
si
lahat.
Ma'am Ana, Suki.
Okay, continue po to follow us sa Power Group at saka po sa YouTube channel para po ma-inform po kayo kung ano po yung mga pwede pa po ninyong ma-attenan ng mga webinar. So this activity is giving to you free, no? Free po ito, so wag po kayong mag-alala, nothing to be collected, only to give you, no, ibibigyan po namin kayo ng mga magagandang mga topic na pwede po ninyong maibahagi po sa inyong mga classroom. Okay, so salamat.
Pipiga utak ko.
Salamat Ma'am Connie, salamat Felta, Ma'am
Ma'am Eileen.
For
busy sila, meron na silang
for all the support, no? Hindi tayo iniiwanan ng Felta. Kasi ang gusto ng Felta din ay maibahagi po ang kanila pong mga trainings, no?
Yeah, we'll partner with RoboFest and RoboRave International soon. Meron tayong project with them. Wait lang natin konti.
Yung ating sa October, na malapit na din 'yon. No,
yes.
Na-inform yung ating mga participants, no. Makikita-kita po tayo sa Manila, free hotel, no, free transport, free food. Okay, so thank you.
Akin ba 'yon? Sa akin ba 'yon?
Makikita-kita tayo doon para sa awarding natin, no, sa salas.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that will be all for this morning. Muli maraming po salamat sa inyong lahat. Continue to be with us, no? This is really for you, for the new normal. So that will be all.
Wash hands. Sabi ni Ma'am Joy. Bye.
Power.